What if everything you thought about aging was wrong? A Japanese doctor lived to 105 and swore it had nothing to do with luck or genetics. His secret? 12 simple rules that go against almost everything modern medicine tells us. And rule number 7? It's so controversial, most doctors would never admit it. In the next few minutes, you'll learn the exact habits that help Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara stay sharp, active, and happy for over a century. These aren't vague tips, they're powerful, practical changes you can start using today. So hit that like button, subscribe for more life-changing health tips, and tell me in the comments, how old do you want to live? Rule number 1, eat less, but eat better. Dr. Hinohara didn't believe in dieting. He believed in eating smart. One of his most powerful longevity secrets was surprisingly simple. Eat less food, but make every bite count. While most people focus on how much they eat, he paid attention to what he was putting into his body and how it made him feel. At 105, he was still eating small, balanced meals and skipping dinner several times a week. Not because he had to, because he wanted to stay light, sharp, and energized. His daily routine was minimalist but intentional. For breakfast, just a coffee, some milk, and orange juice. For lunch, a few vegetables with a bit of fish and rice. That was it. Dinner? Sometimes nothing at all. He believed heavy meals in the evening made the body sluggish, disrupted sleep, and accelerated aging. And guess what? Science now backs him up. Caloric restriction without malnutrition has been shown to slow the aging process, reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even some cancers. Your body becomes more efficient, inflammation drops, and your cells regenerate more effectively. But don't confuse eating less with starving yourself. It's about listening to your body and stopping when you're satisfied, not stuffed. In Japan, they call this harahachibu, which means eat until you're 80% full. It's one of the core habits in Okinawa, one of the longest living populations on Earth. Another tip, cut back on sugar, processed foods, and heavy red meats. Instead, load your plate with colorful vegetables, fermented foods like miso or natto, and healthy fats from fish and seeds. These nourish your body and protect your brain. If you want to age like a Japanese centenarian, start with your plate. Eat less, eat better, and eat with intention. Your body or in your future self, which will thank you. Rule number 2, have a clear purpose in life. Dr. Hinohara believed that the real secret to living past 100 wasn't in your genes, it was in your purpose. He called it the fuel that kept him going long after others had slowed down. Even in his 90s, he was still working, teaching, and writing. Not because he had to, but because he had something to live for every single day. In Japan, they have a word for this, ikigai. It means reason for being. It's the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning. A goal, a passion, a mission. For some, it's their family. For others, it's a craft, a cause, or even a curiosity they can't stop exploring. The key is that it's deeply personal, and when you find it, it becomes the compass for your life. Dr. Hinohara's ikigai was clear, to help others. He treated patients, gave lectures, wrote books, and mentored young doctors. He once said that retirement was optional, not a rule. He believed that people age faster when they stop doing what they love or feel useful for. Modern research supports this idea. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer, experience less stress, and have lower rates of heart disease and depression. It even improves cognitive function. Your brain thrives when it knows there's a reason to keep going. But here's the truth. Purpose doesn't have to be big or dramatic. You don't need to save the world or start a business. Sometimes purpose is as simple as caring for a garden, volunteering once a week, or being there for your grandchildren. What matters is that it means something to you. So if you're feeling stuck, tired, or unmotivated, ask yourself, what lights you up? What makes time fly? What would you still do even if you weren't paid for it? That's where your purpose lives. Want to live a longer, happier life? Don't just count your years, make your years count. Find your reason to wake up with joy and watch how everything changes. Rule number 3, take the stairs whenever you can. Here's something Dr. Hinohara did almost every day, and it might sound too simple to matter, but he swore by it. Always take the stairs. He avoided elevators whenever possible, even well into his 90s. At an age when most people were using walkers or wheelchairs, he was climbing steps with energy and ease. Why? Because he knew that small daily movements keep the body alive. He believed exercise didn't have to mean gyms, machines, or strict routines. Movement should be part of your life, not a separate chore. And the stairs, they were the perfect tool. They work your heart, legs, balance, and lungs all at once. They keep you agile. They build strength without effort. And best of all, they're free and always available. Modern science agrees. Regular stair climbing can reduce your risk of heart disease, improve bone density, boost your metabolism, and even help prevent cognitive decline. One study showed that just a few flights a day could significantly lower the risk of early death. Another found that stair climbing improves memory and brain health, especially in older adults. And let's not forget this. Falling is one of the leading causes of injury and death among the elderly. Staying physically active through simple habits like taking the stairs builds the muscle strength and balance needed to avoid that. It's not just about fitness, it's about independence and freedom. Think about your day. How many times do you default to the elevator or escalator without thinking? Next time, take the stairs, even if it's just one flight. Over time, it adds up. It becomes a habit, and your body will thank you with more energy, better posture, and stronger joints. Dr. Hinohara didn't live past 100 by accident. He built movement into his life, one step at a time. Literally, if you want to age like he did, don't wait for exercise to fit into your schedule. Make it part of your routine, starting now. Rule number 4, keep working after retirement. Most people dream of retirement as the finish line, the moment they finally stop working and start enjoying life. But Dr. Hinohara saw things differently. He believed that stopping work too early was one of the biggest mistakes people make. Why? Because when you stop being useful, your mind and body begin to slow down. And once that happens, aging speeds up. He didn't just talk the talk, he lived it. Dr. Hinohara continued working full-time well into his 90s. And even past 100, he was still seeing patients, writing books, and giving lectures. He once said, "There's no need to retire if you love what you do." To him, work wasn't a burden, it was a source of energy, purpose, and joy. And here's what's fascinating. Studies back this up. People who keep working, especially in roles that are meaningful or mentally engaging, tend to live longer, stay sharper, and maintain better emotional health. Retirement, when done too early or without a sense of direction, can actually increase the risk of depression, memory decline, and even heart disease. But this doesn't mean you have to stay in a 9-to-5 job forever. It's not about stress or pressure, it's about staying active and involved. Many retirees find joy in mentoring, consulting, starting a small business, or volunteering. Others turn hobbies into new careers. The point is to stay curious, productive, and connected to the world around you. Dr. Hinohara proved that when you stop chasing rest and start chasing purpose, your body follows your mindset. He didn't wait to feel tired. He kept going, and in return, his body stayed strong. He aged with energy, not exhaustion. So before you circle a date on the calendar and call it quits, ask yourself, what lights me up? What do I still want to share with the world? Retirement isn't the end. It can be the beginning of your most meaningful work yet. Rule number 5, share knowledge with others. Dr. Hinohara wasn't just a doctor, he was a teacher, a mentor, and a storyteller. Even as he passed 100 years of age, he gave more than 100 lectures every single year, often speaking for up to 90 minutes straight without sitting down. Why? Because he believed that knowledge was meant to be shared, not stored. And the more you share, the more alive you feel. He saw it like this. If you've lived long, made mistakes, and learned lessons, you owe it to others to pass it on. It's not just about facts or information, it's about wisdom. Sharing your life experience gives others a shortcut to avoid pain and make smarter choices. And it gives you something even more powerful: connection, purpose, and relevance. Modern research shows that teaching others can actually boost your own cognitive function. When you explain something, your brain has to retrieve, organize, and communicate it clearly, all of which keeps your mind sharp. It also strengthens emotional bonds, which are critical for longevity and happiness. And here's something beautiful. You don't have to be a professor to teach. Everyone has something valuable to offer. Maybe you're good at cooking, gardening, fixing things, or managing finances. Maybe you've been through tough times and came out wiser. Whatever it is, someone out there can benefit from what you know. Sharing knowledge also combats one of the biggest threats to healthy aging: loneliness. When you teach, you connect. You start conversations, inspire others, and feel seen. That's powerful medicine. Dr. Hinohara's lectures weren't just medical. They were full of stories, humor, and hope. He believed that when you light someone else's path, yours gets brighter too. So don't keep your wisdom locked inside. Pass it on. Whether it's to a neighbor, a grandchild, or a stranger, your story matters. And here's the truth: the more you give, the more life gives back. Rule number 6, avoid medicine whenever possible. This one might shock you, especially coming from a doctor. But Dr. Hinohara often said that people rely too much on medication and not enough on their own bodies. He believed that most illnesses could be healed with the right lifestyle, a positive mindset, and time, not pills. And considering he lived to 105, maybe he was onto something. He wasn't against medicine. He just believed it should be a last resort, not a first response. He warned against rushing to treat every ache, fever, or stress with a prescription. Instead, he encouraged natural healing, rest, hydration, movement, and good food. In many cases, he said, symptoms are just the body's way of restoring balance, and we interrupt that process with medication. Here's a real quote from him. When a doctor prescribes you something, ask if it's truly necessary. Most of the time, your body will take care of itself. That kind of thinking goes against the grain of modern healthcare, but research is starting to back it up. Over-medication, especially in older adults, is a growing problem. Too many drugs can interact badly, cause side effects, and even lead to faster cognitive decline. Dr. Hinohara encouraged people to focus on prevention, not pills. That meant eating well, staying active, managing stress, and staying socially connected. He also practiced what he preached. He stayed busy, rarely got sick, and avoided unnecessary hospital visits. He believed in natural therapies like music, art, laughter, and human connection, all of which have been shown to lower blood pressure, ease pain, and boost immunity. Sometimes, he said, the best treatment is simply to have fun. Of course, some medications are life-saving, but the message here is balance. Before you reach for a pill, ask yourself, is there a gentler way to support my body? Could rest, nutrition, or movement help first? In a world full of quick fixes, Dr. Hinohara reminds us, healing is a process, and sometimes the best medicine is trusting your body to do what it was designed to do. Rule number 7, don't blindly follow what doctors say. Coming from one of Japan's most respected doctors, this might sound controversial, but Dr. Hinohara meant every word. He believed that patients should never follow medical advice without question. Instead, they should be curious, informed, and actively involved in every decision about their health. Why? Because no one knows your body better than you. He often said, doctors are not gods. And he warned that too many people give up control of their health the moment they walk into a clinic. They accept prescriptions, tests, and procedures without understanding what they're for or asking if they're even necessary. That kind of blind trust, he believed, can lead to over-medication, unnecessary surgeries, and missed opportunities for natural healing. Dr. Hinohara encouraged patients to ask questions, lots of them. What are the risks? What are the alternatives? What happens if I do nothing? He believed that good doctors should welcome those questions, not be offended by them, because true healing happens when doctor and patient work together, not when one blindly obeys the other. This mindset becomes even more important as we age. Older adults are often prescribed multiple medications and treatments, sometimes by different specialists who don't talk to each other. That's how medical errors happen. That's how people end up treating side effects instead of root causes. Dr. Hinohara also believed in second opinions, not out of distrust, but out of wisdom. Different doctors have different approaches. Hearing more than one perspective can reveal new options and protect you from unnecessary risks. And here's something powerful. He believed that hope, attitude, and belief play just as big a role in healing as any drug. If a treatment doesn't make sense to you, or if it fills you with fear instead of confidence, that matters. So next time you face a medical decision, pause, ask questions, do your own research, listen to your gut. Dr. Hinohara's message is clear. Trust your doctor, but trust yourself even more. Rule number 8, engage with art, music, and culture. To Dr. Hinohara, staying healthy wasn't just about diet or exercise, it was about feeding the soul. He believed that music, art, and culture were just as essential to a long life as any vitamin or workout. Why? Because they bring joy, emotion, beauty, and most importantly, they keep the heart and mind alive. Even in his hundreds, he regularly attended concerts, visited museums, and listened to classical music. He believed that creativity wasn't just for the young or the talented, it was for everyone, especially older adults who wanted to stay sharp, connected, and inspired. Science now confirms what he instinctively knew. Engaging with the arts has been shown to lower stress, reduce the risk of depression, and improve cognitive function. Music stimulates memory and emotional processing. Painting and drawing activate brain regions tied to focus, coordination, and imagination. Watching a great play or film can evoke deep emotions and spark reflection, all of which are mentally enriching. But it's not just about consuming art, it's also about creating. You don't have to be a master pianist or painter to benefit. Scribble in a notebook, sing in the shower, dance in your kitchen. These small acts of expression unlock parts of the brain that routine and repetition can't reach. And they bring fun, which Dr. Dr. Hinohara believed was vital for healing. He once said that people who enjoy life, who laugh, play, and create, tend to stay healthier longer. When we stop engaging with the world around us, we start to fade. But when we stay curious, when we explore beauty and meaning, we come alive again. So if it's been years since you listened to your favorite music, visited a gallery, or picked up a brush, this is your sign. Reconnect with the creative side of yourself. It's not a luxury, it's part of staying human. Dr. Hinohara reminds us, the body needs food and movement, but the soul, it needs art. Rule number 9, look forward to the future with enthusiasm. Dr. Hinohara had a surprising habit. He always kept his calendar full, even years in advance. At age 100, he still had lectures scheduled, books to finish, and meetings lined up. Why? Because he believed that having something to look forward to was one of the most powerful medicines for the mind and body. He often said that people don't die from aging. They die when they stop having reasons to live. When the future looks empty, life starts to feel small, but when there's something exciting ahead, a trip, a project, a goal, it gives your brain a spark. That spark, it keeps you moving. Planning ahead doesn't just organize your time, it gives you hope. And hope is fuel. It activates parts of your brain related to motivation, memory, and decision-making. It helps fight depression, boosts immunity, and strengthens your heart. Studies even show that people who look forward to events, big or small, have better overall health and live longer. And it doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's dinner with a friend next week, a garden you'll plant next spring, a concert next month, a new recipe to try this weekend. The key is to always have something on the horizon, something that excites you, even a little. Dr. Hinohara didn't believe in slowing down. He believed in building momentum. His mind stayed young because he was always thinking forward, imagining what was possible, and creating new plans to pursue. He never waited for life to happen. He stayed engaged in shaping it. So if your calendar looks empty, start filling it with purpose. Set goals that excite you, make plans that stretch you. It's not about being busy, it's about being alive. As Dr. Hinohara proved, age doesn't limit the future, but losing excitement about the future, that's what really ages us. Rule number 10, live each day as if it were special. Dr. Hinohara believed that the secret to a long, joyful life wasn't in years. It was in how you lived each day. He treated every morning as a gift, every task as meaningful, and every moment as an opportunity to feel alive. His philosophy was simple but powerful. Don't just wait for special occasions. Make today special. Most people fall into routines that slowly drain their energy. Wake up, check the news, eat the same breakfast, do the same things, go to bed, repeat. Over time, the days blur together. But Dr. Hinohara refused to live on autopilot. He brought presence and intention into everything. Whether it was seeing a patient, eating a meal, or simply taking a walk, he encouraged people to find joy in small things. The taste of fresh fruit, the sound of laughter, the feeling of sunshine on your skin. These tiny moments, he said, are what build a meaningful life. Not wealth, not status, but gratitude for the now. And science agrees. Studies show that people who practice mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, experience less stress, better sleep, and more happiness overall. Gratitude has also been linked to improved heart health, stronger immunity, and longer life expectancy. Living like this doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what's good, what's beautiful, and what deserves your attention, even on hard days. Dr. Hinohara once said, "We all remember our birthdays and holidays, but the real miracle is today." That mindset helped him stay energized, optimistic, and connected to life, even in old age. So take a moment now, look around. What's good about this day? What can you savor, appreciate, or celebrate right now? Because the truth is, life isn't measured in years, it's measured in presence. And the more present you are, the longer and richer your life feels. Rule number 11, keep your body active and your mind busy. If there's one thing Dr. Hinohara never did, it was sit still for too long. Even at 100 years old, he stayed physically active and mentally sharp. He believed that movement and curiosity were two of the most powerful tools to slow aging. And the moment you stop using them, you start losing them. He walked everywhere, took the stairs, stretched daily. He also read constantly, wrote books, gave lectures, and stayed involved in his work. He saw no reason to take it easy just because of age. In fact, he believed that rest without purpose speeds up decline. And he was right. Research shows that physical activity, even light daily movement, improves heart health, reduces inflammation, and protects the brain from aging. It boosts mood, energy, and sleep quality. And when combined with mental stimulation, it becomes a powerful formula for long-term vitality. Mental activity is just as important. Solving puzzles, learning new things, having meaningful conversations, all of these keep your brain flexible and strong. One study even found that seniors who engage in regular cognitive challenges are less likely to develop dementia. But here's the key: it doesn't have to be intense. You don't need to run marathons or take advanced math classes. What matters is consistency. Move a little every day. Challenge your mind regularly. Stay curious about the world. Dr. Hinohara once said, "Energy comes from doing something, not from eating or sleeping too much." He believed that staying active was about more than muscles. It was about staying in motion through life. So take a walk after lunch, try a new hobby, learn a language, dance in your living room. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. When your body and brain are both in motion, you don't just feel younger, you stay younger. Rule number 12, nurture relationships and human connections. If there was one thing Dr. Hinohara valued as much as health, it was connection. He believed that love, friendship, and community were not luxuries. They were essential nutrients for a long life. And the science backs him up. People who maintain strong social ties live longer, get sick less often, and recover faster from illness. Connection is not optional, it's survival. Throughout his life, Dr. Hinohara surrounded himself with people, patients, colleagues, students, friends. He was always listening, teaching, laughing, and exchanging stories. He believed that staying close to others kept the spirit young and the heart strong. Even a short conversation, he said, could add years to your life if it made you feel seen and valued. Loneliness, on the other hand, is one of the greatest threats to aging well. Studies have shown it's as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of depression, dementia, and heart disease. And the worst part, it often creeps in slowly as we age. When kids grow up, partners pass away, or friends drift apart. That's why it's so important to stay connected. Call someone, visit a neighbor, join a group, volunteer, make time for shared meals and real conversations. It doesn't take much, just intention. And here's the beautiful part. Connection goes both ways. When you reach out to someone, you help them too. You become part of their healing, their joy, their reason to keep going. That's the kind of impact Dr. Hinohara had on thousands of people, and it's a legacy anyone can create. So don't wait. Send that message, make that call, invite someone over. Life is short, but relationships are what make it rich, meaningful, and worth every extra year. Dr. Hinohara showed us that living past 100 isn't magic. It's mindset, purpose, movement, connection, joy. These are the real medicines. So start small. Pick one rule and live it today. Your future self will thank you. And if this inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone you want to grow old with in the best way possible.